Beauty and the Beast is finally here, guys.
Have you been waiting?
I've been waiting.
Anticipating?
Yeah, for 2 years. But I wish I was alive for the other one too, because that one was amazing.
Well, you were alive for Beastly. Is that what it was called?
With Vanessa and Hudgens
Beastly?
and Alex Pettifer.
The one where he has
tattoos on his face. Yeah, that was a classic. This movie is based off the 1991 version of Beauty and the Beast. 26 years later, we have the one directed now by Bill Condon, who directed some of the Twilight films, and I'm not saying they're terribly directed. I just think they're terrible films. So, let's get right into it. You don't need to know the summary. Beast, cursed, Belle takes her father's place. They fall in love. Positives. In my opinion, because I watched this movie when I was very, very little. I am 20 years old, so when I was like 4 or 5, if I can even remember that far back, I remember getting a VHS tape from my parents, and I put it in, and Beauty and the Beast was shown to me, and I loved it. If you want, like, all the checkpoints of, like, basically everything that you loved in Beauty and the Beast, you're pretty much gonna get it. This is just a straight up remake of the cartoon with a couple things added here and there. And then the next positive leading off from that is there are things that are added, and for me, I actually enjoyed it. I thought it fleshed out the character development and was more believable with the relationship between the Beast and Belle, and you actually see the reasons and see their backstories. For the Beast, we don't know his name, but for Belle as well, and also Maurice, who's played by Kevin Kline. Fantastic job. They just did a really good job.
Kevin Kline.
Kevin Kline was amazing. Next positive is the standouts to me were top 3. Luke Evans, Dan Stevens, Josh Gad. And everyone else was amazing. Emma Watson was great. Kevin Kline was great. The people that played the little home appliances were great as well. Ian McGregor, Ian McKellen, Emma Thompson, awesome. But Josh Gad, Dan Stevens, and Luke Evans were by far my favorite part. And every single time whenever Luke Evans and Josh Gad are on screen, they absorb the energy. And you can just tell they're having the time of their lives filming every single scene, especially Luke Evans with his cockiness. And he did a very good job. Next positive, the final one, is the music. And who of all else would they bring but the original composer? And I thought that was very brilliant and a very smart move that they did, Disney, doing that. Because honestly, who else could do it? And I didn't really notice anything different with the score other than like the new songs that they put in there, like 2 or 3. But music is just as beautiful and just as mesmerizing as in the cartoon as it is in this live action version. And great job. Negatives. Nothing big, like nothing too big or gripey or eerie or just irritating. It was a couple shots that I did not like and was not a fan of when they did the classic Beauty and the Beast dance scene.
Did they like take you out of the moment?
It didn't take me out of the moment. I just felt like there was a lot more, not epic, but more beautiful and more stunning moments that were shown in the cartoon. In this version, they show like these long shots and you just see them dancing, but it's kind of like little dance movements. It's not big or broad.
I feel like I need to research what kind of dance they were doing, because at one point I was like, okay, that right there, I think that is an actual move in the waltz, but like...
I feel like they were doing different kinds.
Yeah, like they were holding each other like by the hands instead of like holding her shoulder and her back and like her hand. Like they were holding both hands.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. It was just like...
I've never held my dance partner's hands with both hands except when I was doing swing, which this movie never does.
Yeah.
I don't know what dance was going on in this movie.
The last negative, not a huge one, like I said before. The scene where Gaston stabs the Beast was always such an intense scene. For
really,
me,
the climax of the movie.
The climax fight scene, not the whole climax. I'm not talking about the whole scene in the live action as a negative. I'm just talking about where Gaston is supposed to like have this big final moment where he has his last chance to attack the Beast, and it's really like he's gonna die. Like this is the final blow. In this one, I won't say what he uses, but it was different. But I felt like it was way more compelling in the cartoon and way more emotional, and it was more intense and kind of darker. I'm not saying I wanted it to be darker, but I felt like the climatic level was a little bit lower down.
It was like the G-rated cartoon climax. I think was darker than the
A PG
climax
live
in this
action.
one in the
Yeah.
PG live action.
Nothing against Luke Evans or the direction or the camera work with it. It's just I felt way more compelled when the Beast was stabbed. My score for Beauty and the Beast is, I had to go in between again because I couldn't give a solid one. So Desperately Take My Money. So it's up there. Couldn't give it the solid satisfaction of a Stellar Bro, but Desperately Take My Money.
I think it's gonna get.
I think it's
gonna get honestly kind of like a not a hot reception, but a warm reception.
Thank you for watching. Be blessed and have a great day.
Get out.
And don't like and subscribe because we don't have Ben here to say that. Ben, you suck. I'm gonna keep that part.